1996 and Edinburgh's 50th International Festival. Above the city on Castle Rock, 6 nations join to bring you the music, dance and spectacle of the 47th Edinburgh Military Tattoo. The fanfare Robert Burns, composed by the Tattoo's Director of Music, Lieutenant Colonel David Price, Scots Guards, marks the bicentenary of the death of Scotland's national bard and bids you welcome. From beyond the gatehouse of Edinburgh Castle and across the drawbridge comes the sound of Scotland's national music as the massed pipes and drums, this year 160 in number, enter to the splendid tunes Highland Rory and We Will Take the Good Old Way. Greenwood side, and now the Piper's Cave. The pipes and drums of 8 regiments are on parade. The Black Watch, the 1st Royal Tank Regiment, the Royal Hong Kong Police, the King's Own Scottish Borderers, the 2nd Battalion, the Royal Canadian Regiment, the 1st Battalion, the Royal Highland Fusiliers, the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards, and the Highlanders. The Piper's Cave is a tune named after a bar opposite the Citadel Barracks in Cairo, frequented by pipers during the Second World War. It's composed by Pipe Major James Sutherland of the Seaforts. The senior drum major is Drum Major Peter Toole of the Highlanders. And the retreat march is called the Kilworth Hills. It's by the famous Pipe Major G.S. McClellan. And the pipers will move out now into a star formation, a tribute to the bright and shining star of Robbie Burns. And when the pipers are in position and turn out, they will play the slow air, Dream Angus, the Strathspey by Scott Skinner, the Laird of Dumblare, the traditional reel, The Ale is Dear, another lovely slow air, Cercle a Chuin, literally the circle of the sea, the tides of waves and people who leave and return to the shores of the Western Isles. And finally the jig, the Glasgow Police Pipers by the late Donald MacLeod, Wee Donald, Pipe Major of the Highland Brigade for nearly 20 years after the Second World War. The harmonies are by Captain Gavin Stoddart, BEM, Director of Army Bagpipe Music, and the Army School of Piping is, of course, here in Edinburgh Castle. Drum Major Bobby Johnson, the King's Own Scottish Borderers. Massed pipes and drums. When Robert Burns was 6 years old, his father rented Mount Oliphant, a farm of over 70 acres, 3 miles from the town of Ayr in southwest Scotland. The soil was poor. At the age of 13, Robert assisted in threshing the corn. At the age of 15, he was the chief laborer on the farm. At harvest time, the work was paired, and Rab's partner was Nellie Kilpatrick, the daughter of the local miller. She was 14. For her, he scribbled his first poem. Burns later wrote, "It was then I became the captive of love and poetry." It was a captivity to which he surrendered joyously for the rest of his life.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Holly Shockey, and I'm here with a number of the saxophone soloists from United States Army Band Pershing Zone, which is where I'm from as well. And to my left is Master Sergeant Gary Johnson.
I'm Gary Johnson, the sax section leader, the In the Mood Tattoo performers. Rick Perel, my lead alto player. Dave Brown, Barry Sax, Dave Dees. We've come up with a little tune called Piper's Blues, featuring our piper saxophonist, Dave Dees. Ready?
General John J. Pershing was impressed by British military bands during the First World War. As Chief of Staff in 1922, he ordered the formation of a top-rate band for the United States Army. Pershing's own, under the direction of Colonel Brian Shelburne, in Party Mood.